y'all know we got a little saying around here. We like to get straight to the shits. Let's get straight to it.
So, Mr. Anthony, you want to tell us how you grew up, where you grew up?
Well, I grew up in the town, born and raised, born in Mercer Hospital. Lived on Bellevue Avenue from age 1 to 10. Lived on the boulevard from age 10 to 19. Then I moved, but I moved down Hamilton. I got shot at 19, so that's what made me move to the house my mom had in Hamilton. You got motherfuckers talking about this some other shit, but somebody like, Aunt, yeah, I know Aunt, he from Hamilton. Aunt ain't from no motherfucking Hamilton. Aunt went to Trent High. Aunt class of 97. Aunt got shot and moved with his mom. That's the only that's the only reason. And I've been back and forth ever since. You know, when shit get real, you go back to Earth crib. Nah, this shit go. But yeah, I'm from the town, born and raised, Spring Street, Boulevard, North Trenton product. You know what I mean? Went to Rivera when I was small. Graduated Trenton High, 2001, at the age of 21.
Yeah. I was about to say,
Daylight, Twilight. You know, I went back because I dropped out on some bullshit. I was class of 97. You know, we got, a lot of money was in the streets back then. It was different from now. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people want to be positive nowadays, but I attribute it to the streets not being like it used to be. Because a lot of these guys trying to be positive now, if they had the option of making 500 to a band every 2 days, niggas won't be so positive. It's out there. That's the era I grew up in. So of course, I gravitated towards that. You know what I mean? That's what led to me getting shot at age 19.
Yeah. So when you got shot, it was intentional? Like somebody was targeting?
Well, it was a robbery attempt. In my age group, I was I ain't gonna say one of the top guys or whatever, but like I said, it was so much money. Yeah. A lot of niggas in the town was eating, you feel me?
What you was selling?
Well, I started off with boat juice, PCP.
Out North Trenton?
Spring Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm Dipper. I was one of the young boys out there from 808, 587. But yeah, I started off with that. Then once that phased out, that led to the coke. And then we turned Spring into a weed block. Mm-hmm. So that's what led to me getting into the weed. But that's some other, that's back in the day, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
I got caught up. That's why I'm cased the fuck up now. You feel me? All that goofy shit.
You got caught up several times?
Several times, yeah. I did I did a little bit, came home and, what was that, 19? But prior to that, in my youth, I ain't had no juvenile shit. You know what I mean? I just had, when I caught that first charge, 21? Yeah, I caught my first superior at 21. And then I caught back-to-backs. I'm the nigga that was out on 8 bells at one point in time. They don't even, it's because of niggas like me, they don't even allow you to get out to be on that amount of bells. You feel me? If you don't have a motherfucker to, you got to show all this money coming from. Back in the day, you just got to bring the money. Anybody could bring it. Bitches, everybody. You know what I mean? They sign off on it. They just taking that. You bailing out. So that's how I was able to be out on 8 bells, 4 superior, 4 municipal. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to hear them municipals don't count, because me, you, we all know niggas who done sat on $100 bills, $200 bills, then sat in the county. Niggas ain't go get them. I'm the nigga who paid that. That never was me. You feel me? And being that I'm on the topic of that, I never sat, and it's not to be bragging, I'm just saying real shit. I never sat in the county until the bail reform. The most time I ever did in the county, and niggas was shocked to hear that. They like, you? Like, niggas know me, niggas know who the fuck I be. They like, all these years you been out there like that and you never sat in the county? I'm like, nah. Mm-hmm. The closest I came to that, one time the county was so crowded, they made us sleep in the gym. It was like 10 of us. That's the closest I came to staying the night. I stayed one night. Every time I bailed out, that moment and prior to that. Yeah. But in 17, I caught a 15. I caught a gun charge in what was that? 15. Yeah, wound up handling everything.
I got a 2-part question.
Go ahead.
I want to know, what was it that got you into this street gangster life? But then at the same time, what was it that made you shift into the comedy? I want to know both. So start me off. Was it just the money? Was it the money that was
Well, the thing is, it's just like how I said, why a lot of guys able to go the straight path nowadays. That's because they don't have, right. The influence not there. The street's not what it once was. Mm-hmm. There's no money out there. These blocks, you go through the city now, you ride through streets where it used to be 50 niggas on that corner. Multiple corners throughout the city. You ride through the city now, it look like a ghost town. That's because ain't no money out there. Times is different.
Remember the city in its glory days when
the heydays, the glory days.
How do you feel when you ride at the boulevard right now? This is not to cut you off from that question. When you ride at the boulevard and you see all them bandos that was once full of families and full of life, right? How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
The thing is, when you say that, I look at it like how we not, as a black people, doing what we supposed to do because we supposed to be owning all them properties. And then I point the finger at myself because I supposed to own a couple and I don't. You know what I mean? I put the blame on not being taught it, but I'm grown now and I'm in my 40s now. I done had more than enough time to learn how to buy houses and flip. But a lot of us blacks, we get a little change. We want to move out in the outskirts. We're not investing into the town. That's why you see on so many blocks how, no disrespect to the Latinos, I love the Latino people, but that's why you see all these Latinos and Haitians ending up on these certain blocks and everything like, damn, how they get there? That's because all the real estate that us blacks that came from Trenton not really investing in. And the ones who do buy the houses, they are rented out to the foreigner because they trust them more with the money instead of dealing with us. If it's me and you coming to rent, if you don't really fuck with them like that, they won't rather give it to the foreigner. They looking at it like that money guaranteed. Or somebody who got Section 8, you know what I mean, where they know the state gonna pay the rent because they know that money guaranteed. But it's a lot of good real estate in Trenton. But us as African Americans, it's niggas buying houses, but not enough niggas buying houses.
So how did you shift into comedy? I'm sorry.
Well, I came home in 19 after doing for the strap charge. So you know, I'm on a straight path. I'm trying to figure out what can I do that's going to get me to that $250,000, $500,000. You know what I mean? Because I'm destined for that. I ain't stopping until you feel me? I know that ain't much, but I need mine. I need my $500,000.
That's what you was aiming for.
That's what I'm still aiming for. Because once I get that, I'm able to start making the flips that's going to get me the millions I want. Yeah. It ain't about getting that and I'm content. Yeah. Nah, I got the money now that I could work with and flip to make look like a couple mil after a couple years. It's all about investing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when I came home, I'm looking at what can I possibly do that's, because we got to look within ourselves. All of us have talents. We know what we capable of. So I said to myself, what can you do and you'll be true to yourself that can get you to that level that you want to be? And it's like, you can't play basketball no more. You can't rap no more. Yeah, I'm a top hip-hop artist too, you know what I mean? But I did do a little bit when I came home when I was 40-something. Did a couple songs, you know what I mean?
Let them know hip-hop
they know what I'm talking about.
Let them know hip-hop ain't dead.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I'm fired though, on some real shit, but that's another
You want to give us a couple bars?
Nah, we'll say that for another time.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Did you give up on it?
No, I ain't give up on it. I wrote something the other day. When you got it, you can't let it go. It's just like the basketball shit. It's motherfuckers who gonna look at this and be like, oh, that's the basketball player. Not knowing, they hearing other shit. Oh, he been shot. He did this.
Speaking of the basketball, before we get to the basketball, real quick though, how you get into the comedy? I cut you off. My bad. You were saying that you came home. Yeah,
I came home. Good bring back too.
Yeah.
Good. like I said, I'm looking to see what can I do that's going to get me to that level I want to be at. And I said, I can't do the basketball. I can't do the rapping. You got a great sense of humor. It's time to do the comedy shit. I was writing jokes because when you're a writer, as far as I'm writing music and all that, you write jokes. I even write scripts. You know what I mean? I'm a writer. It says that on my Instagram bio. But yeah, I'm just a writer, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager. I've been rapping since I was a teenager. I'm the little boy from the record shop, Ace Record Shop on the Boulevard. I'm the little boy who lived on top.
Word?
Yeah. I'm the little boy when people used to go to the record shop. I'm the one coming outside. I ain't really hang right there. Rest in peace to Scoop. He was the white man that owned Ace Record Shop. Yeah, I could have worked in there and everything, but I was caught up in the streets. Yeah. You know what I mean? I lived on top of there with my grandma. Like I said, at 10 years old, that's when I was on the boulevard. The bottom of the boulevard. Yeah. But I caught my coke from up the boulevard. That's why I had the best coke on Spring Street.
So when you saying the bottom, you mean Pennington?
Yeah.
Nah. Well, yeah, I was one of the young boys in 5 Points.
Yeah, okay.
5 Points was the worst part of the city. I'm one of the kids running. That's why
5 Points too old for Dallas. Dallas don't know about 5. You don't know about 5 Points.
Listen. And it's crazy because y'all get a lot of viewers, but it's motherfuckers like, yo, he one of them kids from up there, and it's a motherfuckers like that explains a lot. They be like, that explains a lot. Because as you can see, I don't look like a threat and a guy who, you know what I mean? But my upbringing was super crazy. You know what I mean? Especially coming up around that 5 Point area.
Yeah.
And I ended up there by default. I got kicked out the house at 10 years old. Yeah.
You was a bad kid.
I was about to say, what did you do?
Really. I was a good kid. It's, you know, a lot of these moms act off emotion and say things they regret. My mom was if I was 10 years old at the time, my mom got me by 19 years. That means she was a 29-year-old young girl who got mad off of something. Her emotion kicked in, and she said something to her son, "You not coming in here." So that led to me living with my grandma. A lot of people don't even know this. They like, damn, how Aunt ended up on the boulevard over the record shop. My friends and them never asked me. I never even told my friends my mom kicked me out.
Yeah.
Some of them just hearing that now. It was over some dumb shit.
Where was your father at?
I never met my father a day in my life.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of my friends. We from that era where, like I said, some of our moms just, and I got one of them tough moms. My mom wore a uniform her whole life. I just got used to seeing her in regular clothes in my 40s. She was state security, retired recently, 2011. But yeah, I had one of them tough moms. So
you had siblings?
Yeah, I'm the oldest out of 3 boys.
All from your mother?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know my dad's side.
She never told you who your dad was?
Never. You know you can't have that conversation really. And that's sad that even in our 40s, a lot of black men can't go to their mom and have that conversation.
Like why? She have like a outburst?
Well, it's going to lead to, you know, because me, I try to keep the peace with my mom. You know what I mean? And you, and like I said, if you in your 40s, you already know your parents. You already know what kind of conversation's going to go left. So you want to keep the peace to avoid all them times where y'all bump heads. Y'all already passed it. So it's like, I'm at a point now where in regards to my mom, it's like I'm not faulting her for what she didn't know.
But she do know.
But in order for me to deal with it better, I have to program myself to look at it that way.
To avoid confrontation.
What she don't understand. Because I hate the fact that it's later in life and a lot of our moms and older women can take the time out and say, you know what, I did make a mistake, and actually have a adult conversation with their children. But they choose not to and stay stubborn, stuck in their ways, and a lot of issues within that family dynamic don't get resolved.
I want to respond to that.
I do too.
Because, and Dallas, you got this next, but I hear where you coming from, brother, but sometimes the mother is trying to protect you from some things. I get it. You thinking it's easier said than done. So when you sitting up here like, oh, it's like, oh, she should just tell me, Yeah, it's easy to say that, right? But you
I agree with you.
What your mother endured and what she had to go through. So I want to say I see both sides. Because I see your side too. But I want to say I see the mom side too. It ain't. Listen.
That's why I say I got to that point where it's like I forgive. Yeah. I'm not going to continue to fault you for what you don't know. But sometimes it gets
his thing. No,
that's my thing. I always say, for you to become a man in this world, you gotta learn to forgive your mother. A lot of people got trauma and stuff because society tells like your mother. But in life, we do go through traumas with our mother, and we never really face it head on because it's always taught to glorify your mother. And sometimes mothers will put you through some shit, but they do the best they can based off of what they know, or right. You know what I mean. They not always necessarily got malicious intentions for their children. They're just doing the best they can, and we can never really confront that. So sometimes instead of confronting, like you just said it, like you gotta take it and forgive it and move on, because you're gonna always be in a sunken place if you never learn to forgive your mother and move on. And that's for females and males.
Dallas, you had something. Let them have it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So, after she kicked you out, was she active still in your life? And at what age did you decide you just wanted to forgive your mom and have a relationship with her again?
That's a good question. Actually, nah, she wasn't in my life. I was on the boulevard. I didn't never go back to the old house. In a way, it was kind of like freedom, because I was a disciplined kid. Like my Catholic school cousins, we was disciplined. I consider my family like a military family. So, and like I said, she wore a uniform. She was a disciplinarian. But say that last part again.
At what point did you decide you wanted to build a relationship with your mom, and you decided to?
Well, that came later in life. That came as of recently.
Like as an adult? Oh.
That came as of recently, because when I came home at 40, I got paroled to her house. Now I'm a grown man saying stuff that I didn't never say before. I'm voicing my opinion. I'm saying, because we recognizing stuff. Yeah. Sometimes a lot of us realize like, damn, my mom been like this all this time. Because we grown now. We got knowledge now. Yeah. You feel me? It's like, damn, mom, you really didn't understand that? And then now we start getting with the back and forth. Yeah. So after going through that for a certain period of time, you have to come to grips, or you're going to deal with it or not deal with it at all. Yeah. But if you're going to deal with it, you have to deal with it in a way where it's no problems. You know what I mean? Because again, you can't fault them for what they don't know. Yeah. If you continue to do that, it's going to lead to the back and forth, and then you're not going to have a relationship with your parent if that's something you're trying to do. Yeah. You got a lot of people say, "Oh, fuck my mom. I ain't gonna fuck with them."
Yeah, for real. People do that.
I don't want to be that guy.
That's
so in order, it's like I gotta let my mom ride on that.
And you were the only sibling that got kicked out?
Well, yeah, because something transpired that led her to doing that.
That's crazy.
But sometimes I say if her letting, well, nah, because she let my brothers do it too. Because I'm a guy who never paid rent till 31. You feel me? I got to live rent free. That's why I was fly my whole life throughout my 20s and everything. But yeah, and that's because she never asked for rent.
That's
because I told her that. Because one time she said, common sense would have told y'all to give me something. I'm all we looking at is like, you got all this money. You never said we looking at we good. We don't gotta pay no rent. You know what I mean? But eventually it got to the point where I had to get up out of there on my own as a man. Like, you're 31 now, you're tired of hearing her mouth, you got a couple of ones, you can afford to go rent a room. Oh yeah, if you can't afford an apartment, rent a room. Because my room, I was balling for 2 years. That room was one of the best experiences I ever had. What? $500 a month, $550.
Real quick, no, let's go back though. Let's go back on your life. Like you talked about your basketball career. So it was a point in your time in your life where you was playing basketball. Did that coincide with the same time you was in the streets? And
Yeah, I was actually the top player when I got that MVP. I sold drugs. I'm on Trenton High team and I sell drugs. I mean, I'm not the only one. Well, yeah, when I played, I was the only one, but I knew guys who was on lower, like it was freshmen that sold weed. And, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say their names, but it was some niggas who hustled on the team.
so you was playing for the high and selling drugs.
Yeah. Actually, that's what made me good. I ain't had no worries.
Did you go to college?
Nah, I mean,
Okay.
I could have went, but I didn't know what I know now,
Yeah.
or what I found out later in life, because I could have easily. I was yelling Big East.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Ain't no Big East offers coming to nobody out of Trenton High if you ain't doing nothing crazy. You gotta put up 4,000 points for a D1 school to look at you. What's crazy about that is I chose to go to Trenton High. When I was in 8th grade, my mom handed me 2 applications, one for Notre Dame and one for McCorston. She said, "Where you want to go?" I said, "I never went to Catholic school my whole life. I want to go to Trenton High with my friends." I nearly cried to go to Trenton High.
Yeah.
So she just said, "Fuck it." And she knew she was saving money also. You know what I mean? So that's how I ended up at Trenton High. But if I would have went to Notre Dame or McCorston, it probably would have been a different story, because I wouldn't have been influenced by the drugs,
Or just like,
the money. I wouldn't have been around. Because this the thing, I had shit, but I couldn't buy sneakers or shit every week like my friends my age who, once they started hustling, because they used to try to say I don't gotta hustle, because they knew my mom was a working mom and they knew I got shit. Yeah, but I'm not getting shit every week like y'all getting now. I gotta jump in the game.
or just like,
So that's how it led to the street shit. Even though I'm playing ball and everything, it's like, okay, I come home. When we leave the school, we on our blocks.
Yeah.
Trenton back then was lit. Not just my block, all kind of blocks. All the old heads out there, there's all this money, all kind of shit going on. The streets lit. We leave school, that's where we at. In the capital city.
outside for real.
Outside.
Yeah.
Our grandmas on the porch. People aunts and shit on the porch. It was different back then. Not too many shootings.
But see, that's why y'all couldn't get away with shit.
Well, we ain't had cameras and none of that shit though.
Well, y'all can get away with certain shit, but up and down the blocks, like you said, grandma was outside. She wasn't really having that in front of her spot. Y'all got to go somewhere else. Auntie outside. That's up and down the blocks. Now, not so much. I don't know if y'all be seeing grandmoms outside nowadays,
Nope.
but I don't.
I don't.
I don't see that no more.
But guess
Maybe
what?
in Cooper, you see them in
mind
Coopers
is-
though.
But guess what? Back in the day, most people mind their business.
Yeah.
Especially because out of the guys who used to hustle, and this every hood in Trenton, a lot of guys used to take care of the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everybody, but his friend do. It's like my mans and them, they don't buy ice cream for the kids. They don't let certain fiends and shit ride, give them credit. It's little shit you do that make the neighborhood love you. That's why when they cook, they invite you over for a plate.
Yeah.
That's why when the police come, they like, no, he good, or they do something to try to help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One time I got George Floyd. Let me take that back, because I don't want to say George Floyd. But you know, thousands of niggas got the knee to the back of the neck on the ground.
What, like for a video?
Yeah, like
Internet video?
when we get locked up by the police,
Yeah.
a lot of us got that neck. When they throw us on the ground, they put their knee in the back of our neck. So that's what made me say to George Floyd.
Yeah.
But I take that back.
I don't know if do you
Yeah, I ain't never get the neck on my
but do
knee.
you believe in that? That's how George Floyd or do
If
Why
that's
you
the cause of his
laughing?
death, well, I don't know.
Why
I
are
just
you
know.
laughing?
I know a lot of
Terrible.
things.
Oh,
he's drawing this in off his example, right? I've never had any.
Yeah, I never had that.
Let me tell you about that. So they fucked me up, right? This after I handled all the court shit in 03. Now I'm working at Train. This is my job. I'm working at Train. I'm on probation. This is my first time working and selling weed. So I'm on Fowler Street. You know where the Carver Y at?
Yeah.
Police come. I'm selling weed. They jumps out. They chase me for 5 minutes all around the block. I'm
What you
tired.
mean? Not that open area like
It used to be open if you run up Bellevue and then make the left, and then now you back on Belvedere, and then now
yeah,
I'm
then
running
come back
up
down Belvedere. Yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
what you was running around that
Yeah,
block
I'm
around the
just
church.
ran around the thing.
Yeah.
They chasing me.
Yeah. On some, that's when you was
So
an athlete.
I'm tired though.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Man, I takes the motherfucking weed out my pocket, throws it in the gutter. Them gutters, ain't no water flowing in that gutter.
Yeah.
Bitch, the cop jumped in there and grabbed the motherfucking bomb out. His man stole me, and then when I fell, no, matter of fact, it was like a clothesline. But his hands ain't hit my face. It was like, you know what I mean? But when I fell, here come the knee to the back of the neck. And then,
They locked you up?
yeah, they locked me up, but my peoples came and they was telling them to get off of me.
Yeah.
And because of that, when we got down to the municipal, they said if you don't contact
Internal affairs.
yeah, if you don't contact internal affairs, we'll throw the distribution charge out. So now I'm like, okay, cool, I ain't gonna say nothing. I sleeps in a cell, I sleeps in city lockup with open wounds. I needed band-aids, I was bleeding multiple spots. But I slept like that and didn't complain because he said he was gonna throw out the distribution charge. I couldn't get no more distribution charges because I'm already on probation.
Yeah.
This pussy still gave me the distribution charge.
Oh man, yeah, because that traditionally that used to be the thing. Like you run, they beat your ass, but you might not get locked up. They might let you slide if they, I mean, they gotta pull a couple inches of foot out your ass.
But he was scared from how the ladies was yelling at him when they had their knee on my neck.
So he feel like it's gonna go through there.
My reason for bringing that up is pointing out how they had love for me because how I act in the hood. You know what I mean? Some people will just watch. Some neighbors will just watch when the police come fuck niggas up and do that.
Yeah.
But they was like, oh no, not him.
Yeah.
Not him. Get your knee off his neck.
All right, so we was gonna talk
So he
about
was saying he didn't think that was common.
what?
Now, getting a knee to the neck.
Well, I ain't saying I don't
know
think
about
that's
now, but
common.
back in the
I
day-
know
No,
I
I
ain't never
think
getting
that's
no-
what he was trying to say.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's too common. I think a lot of times.
They did that to y'all a lot.
Niggas not getting took off the streets. Like I just said, the corners not like they used to be. Trenton Pope PD used to be serious.
Yeah.
They taking 50 to 100 niggas off the streets every day.
Yeah, cause yeah,
Well,
that.
see, I was getting L's.
And niggas running.
Yeah, when you run,
There's
they
places
beat
you
you
can
up.
hide.
They beat you up. They catch you running though. All right, so real quick though, cause we kind of talked about basketball, but we're gonna bring you back to talk more about your life. You know, obviously you can't talk about your whole life in an hour or so.
Right,
but
right.
Real quick, I want like for you to give some advice for, let's say, the youth out there, some positive advice for like people under you, people looking up to you, who, see you as an adult who've been through some things.
Well, all I could say to that is the best thing is stay true to yourself. Because when you do that, you're going to avoid all the outside shit.
Mm-hmm.
All the outside shit that could get you caught up and all kind of, a lot of guys got passions for things, but they get distracted and they start to fall in love with whether it be the streets or just some negative shit that could eventually be a detriment to their life.
Mm-hmm.
But if they stay true to themselves, because like I said, we all have talents. And if you stay true to that, because that gives you joy, eventually you can be somewhat successful. But your definition of successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if a lot of people be looking at the money that they make at a job. Okay, that same money you make at a job, if you did 40 hours at whatever that you talented in, you'll recoup more.
Yeah.
And you got business, and you got ways to set up residual income. You got motherfuckers out here only making 50, 60, 70K a year. You can basically do that with your own shit. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, it's time to get to the business tonight.
Okay.
Every other week, you doing a comedy show.
Oh yeah, Comedy Night Wednesdays at Dubai.
Okay. Talk to us about it. Let us know.
Well, yeah, right now, Trenton, New Jersey, we got the best comedy in Central New Jersey
That's
right
a
now.
fact. Make some noise for that. That's a big fact.
That's big facts.
Hands down.
That's
Big
a big
facts.
fact.
And we've been doing this since January.
Okay.
I was doing it weekly, but I was taking a hit. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was taking a hit, wasn't really getting no ROI. People weren't really coming out. I mean, I'm promoting this shit. I do the Instagram ads, and my shit was getting thousands of views. So I'm expecting at least 20 people, 30 people, but they weren't really coming out. So off the strength, I wasn't getting no ROI. When spring break came, I dropped it to every other week.
Okay.
So that's what led to Comedy Night Wednesdays.
And it's been up ever since.
It's been up. I ain't stopping.
Comedy Night Wednesdays, that's Dubai nightclub in Trenton, New Jersey on New York Avenue. Every other Wednesday. What time we starting?
8 o'clock. Seating starts at 7:30. Showtime 8 o'clock. 8 to 9.
Word is life.
When the next show?
22nd.
October 22nd. That's
22nd. I got a fire lineup as usual every week. And I'm paying them like this ain't no bullshit. These professionals,
That's a fact.
younger up and coming throughout the tri-state area. And like I said, we doing this thing every other week. And Trenton right now, like I said, because they coming. They bringing their peoples. They the shit just lit, bro. People got to come out and see what's going on. That's
a
all.
fact.
I can't explain it no better. You know what I
October
mean?
22nd. Come on out. 8 p.m. Doors gonna open up at 7.
7:30 seating.
7:30 seating.
Showtime 8 to 9.
World Takes will be in the building. That's Moo, Beeb, Diggs, and Dallas. We will be in the building October 22nd for the comedy show. Come out, have a drink with your family, have some wings with your family, and enjoy some good comedy, man. You already know what time it is. Make some noise.
Don't forget happy hour. It's happy hour.
Oh yeah, happy hour. They got 2 for 15s. Y'all already know the food good. They got
The
what?
drinks hard. The drinks hitting hard.
What I put you on? What you had last time?
I forgot what I had, but you know I do the mixed drinks when I'm out. When I'm out, I like the mixed drinks, especially if it's food around. I get the flavors.
Yeah, the food fire, the comedy fire. This the dopest shit to do on a Wednesday night in the town. Ain't nothing going on in the town on a Wednesday night. That's why I did it for Wednesday night. Oh, and another thing, you asked me a question earlier as far as the comedy. See, what led to me bringing Comedy Night Wednesday here to the city is when I started doing my thing 4 years ago, I'm traveling back and forth to Philly, New York, back and forth. I'm like, damn, all these little spots got consistent comedy. I seen every week, every other week. I'm like, we ain't got nothing like that in the town. So I said, for 2025, I'm bringing it to the town. Hollered at my peoples at Dubai. Been on the popping ever since.
We love that. We love that. I want to make some noise. Yeah.
It's not a lot of people complain in the town. And I used to be one of those people. The town don't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The town don't just got deadbeats. Nobody with drive, inspiration, motivation. And you're one of those people that's doing something good. And I want to say it's appreciated, especially for somebody my age, because it's like sometimes you feel like you come from a place where not many people gonna make it.
Yeah.
Your dreams ain't gonna come true. But when you see people not giving up and doing artistic things, loving what they do is very inspiring. So I appreciate you coming.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And I want to say this. Anybody from Trenton could make it. We got access. The reason Trenton is the capital is because of our location. Mm-hmm. How we sit in between New York and how we sit in between Philly. We have 2 different places. If you're not going to do your thing in Jersey, because Trenton's small. We can't blow up in Trenton. We got to go other places.
Exactly.
But everybody in Trenton has access to the places that can make them a star or whatever they want to be in life.
Yes.
New York is just an hour away, whether you drive or catch the train. Mm-hmm. I love going to New York to perform. Actually, that's what I'm about to start back doing for New York. I mean, come New Year's, about to start going back to New York every other week or or every other week, because I'm gonna have comedy one week, and then the other week I could do my thing with going to New York.
Sure.
And I want people to come with me. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes they ask me, they be bringer shows. Like they let me perform at a certain place, and it's to try to get my promotion also, but they say if you bring 3 people, whatever, you can go up. So I'm willing to let people even take the trip to New York with me. You know what I mean? We catch the subway together. It's just a fun, dope comedy night. You know what I mean? We all chilling, go to the comedy club. I do my set. We leave, eat. You know what I mean? But that's in the future. That's come New Year's. I'm open to that for anybody who out there want to say, you know what, I'm going to go up there to support Ant, and I'm going to travel with them that day. You feel me?
And open doors for yourself, network.
Right. And that's what it's
like
all about.
People don't want to do that, for real. So that's what I mean by your drive is inspiring.
Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
B, what else you got, brother?
I don't want to stretch it, but I'm gonna leave it at that. But thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do.
And, you know, we want to have you back up here in the very near future, and that'll just be part 2. I want to thank Beeb. I want to thank Dallas. We want to thank you. We want to thank you all watching at home. This is the World Taste Podcast. Trenton, stand up. You already know.
I said we do one with both. We ain't gotta talk about that. It's time.